Welcome everybody to my second attempt at announcing an episode of Custom Crisis Protocol. Um, Today we have Skull Ghost versus Thulandar. Skull Ghost seems to be playing, looking like Suicide Squad, and possibly Masters of the Universe on Skull Ghost's side, but he has already hidden his characters. And I am joined by my friend Clockwork Cuttlefish. How you doing today, Clockwork?
Good. Just getting into spectating mode here so I can see what's going on. Here we go.
So assuming I'm right about this being Master of the Universe, this is a group of characters you made versus group of characters I made match.
Yeah. You made Masters of the Universe and I made the Suicide Squad. Or
Yeah.
the vast majority of them anyway.
I see
There
John
might be a
Wick.
couple Suicide Squads I haven't made.
Yeah. Looks like John Wick got involved in the Suicide Squad this time around.
That's interesting. You can see their hidden stuff because I can't.
No, actually, I just happened to have seen the John Wick card before he hit
Oh,
it.
fair enough.
Yeah.
John Wick in the Suicide Squad, that seems fitting.
Yeah, I can see it. And it looks like today they're going to be doing Spider-Infected invade Manhattan and Deadly Meteors mutate civilians.
And it looks like it's going to be 17 threat either way.
Oh, yep, definitely is a 17 threat. Always a little disappointing right now when you don't get to see at least one of the new crises, just because, they're the big thing right now, but...
Yep.
At least it's not research stations.
I suppose it is worth noting that while we are doing custom characters and tactics cards in this event that we're doing, we have not introduced any new crisis cards. So
yeah,
we are using whatever is standard legal at the time.
Yeah. Crisis cards are a lot trickier, both in coding and in balancing.
True. And yeah, a large part of this event is to establish balance of characters. So
yeah, so be expecting to see some stuff that maybe is a little unbalanced. Some people complain about my John Wick, for instance. So I haven't really seen him perform in any great level, but I'll be interested to see how he does today.
Well, if I recall, there is an ability on there that I think absolutely... I think you intended to give it a once per turn, but just didn't.
Oh, yeah, I think there is an issue with that, yeah.
I don't know, maybe...
yeah, that was a definite supposed to be changed, but I think people are, it's his
playing it as intended rather than as written.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, so, on the Suicide Squad side, looks like they are actually unaffiliated.
No, they got the wall here.
But that's 2 out of...
Rogue agent on John Wick.
Oh, he's a rogue. Okay, Got it. Fair enough. All right.
So yeah, this is actually the first custom match I've seen where anyone's brought in non-customs.
Yeah, so we've got good old classic Bullseye, you know him, you love him. Loki, Prince of Lies. John Wick, which is one of yours that you made.
Yep.
Deadshot. And The Wall, Amanda Waller.
So it looks like he's got both choices of leaderships.
Yeah, they are both leaders for Suicide Squad, so he has 2 different options here.
And now let's take a look at the other side here. We are, in fact, the Masters of the Universe. So we got He-Man, we got Roboto, we have Teela, we have Orko, and Hero's Shade snuck in from the Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time specifically. Now, Orko, I'm pretty sure is busted. Like, there's definitely some changes I need to make to Orko. Like, I thought that when it works was going to be not quite as effective as it was. His unreliable magic is interesting though, because he can lose special abilities from rolling skulls, so he doesn't even necessarily have a gainer, because you can take away his ability to gain power if he rolls a skull.
Right. I mean, having the terrain throw for 1 power is
Yeah, but it's like the worst
on
terrain
a
throw
2 threat.
ever. It's size 2 within 2 throws short.
Yeah, it should probably still cost 2.
Yeah,
I mean, on a 2 threat. But yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna see here. So it looks like they're gonna start deploying. Not really sure who won priority, but we'll learn here in a second.
It's on Hellhound's side, the token is.
Oh, alright.
But I don't know if that is accurate.
Huh. Did you just put on the header?
Oh, I did, yeah.
Interesting that I had forgotten to, and it changed it for me as well. I guess because we're both spectator.
Huh. Okay.
But you could call. I meant to do that. So it looks like he's going to start with Roboto, line it up for Spider Infected and maybe Origin Bomb over here.
Yeah, seems like a pretty straightforward opening play.
And then John Wick lining up on him.
Yeah.
Now, John Wick was designed to be a character that's best when he's around multiple enemies. Like, my idea around him was to kind of jump around hitting guys everywhere, as opposed to just focusing on a single guy.
Yeah, so you did give him basically a charge, but you did not give it an action cost or a.
It was supposed to be an action cost, and it was supposed to be once a turn. So those are definitely changes that need to be made.
It does cost more, but it is a little bit better than a normal charge because it's like a charge or a hit and run, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, which I thought was fair for 1 extra cost, but clearly it needs to cost an action and limited to once a turn.
Yeah, I guess you could potentially make it cost an action, but not limited to once per turn.
Yeah, I mean, that would
limit it to twice per turn.
Uh-huh.
And for the 3 costs, that might be fair.
So let's see. Right, the Wall has lined up next to John Wick. And Orko lined up next to Roboto. And then the Master of the Universe have Teela and the Hero's Shade kind of play in the middle, but off to the side a little bit. And then Deadshot and Bullseye, which that just seems like a great combination, is over here.
Yeah.
Doesn't Deadshot have like that similar annoying tech? Like auto
Deadshot
tech?
Yes, he was modeled after Bullseye in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He is probably overtuned. He is one of my earlier creations.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he has the I Never Miss and Parting Shot and Hit and Run.
Yeah,
so
they do have together. That's that could spell some trouble. And they can both do it from far away. And so now we have lastly He-Man and the Loki Prince of Lies lining up.
Yeah, Loki right down the middle. He-Man a little off center, leaving that space open to go for the center or the side, same as Tila.
And Loki's kind of an interesting
Loki,
choice to line up the middle, just because he's the only guy they have with 2 power. So I mean, he could have theoretically interacted with 2 objectives this turn.
well, he is a long mover, so he might still
He
be
still
able
might
to.
do it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with this Loki, but I've heard good things. So he is opening up with a Roboto, moving over to the Spider Virus infected. They're checking out what kind of rolls they got to make here. This is a roll that only happens on the power phase, so. So Roboto successfully is infected with the Spider Virus. And for his second action,
I think he forgot to pay his power for the interacts.
oh, looks like that is the case. Oh, no, there we are. He got it now. And then he just moved up to make the Origin Bomb a little bit more difficult for someone else to get now. Let's see. So moving on to the Suicide Squad side.
Oh yeah, which leader for Suicide Squad? Deadshot leadership?
Okay, he
Okay.
went with Deadshot's leadership. Let's just check it out real quick. When an allied character makes an attack, after the attack is resolved, if the target character suffered no damage from the attack, another allied character within 3 of the target may pay 1 power or suffer 1 damage. If they do, the enemy character suffers 1 damage. That's just
Yep.
extra stacking on with the bullshit, or I mean the bullseye
Yep. More,
Deadshot.
even more chip damage.
Yeah.
It, it is dependent on other characters.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of single points of damage done to the Masters of the Universe today.
It is very good, yeah.
And so John Wick goes up to get himself a spider virus infected. And he looks just shy of a range 3 attack.
Yeah, really close there. Just not quite.
Just look at that. Can't even fit a playing card in there.
Right, and we should go over the opposing leadership also.
Oh, yes, the opposing leadership. Very good call. So this is the Prince of Eternia on He-Man, of course. He's got an interesting one. During the power phase, allied characters gain a Power of Grayskull token. Allied characters can spend this token to reroll 1 die of any type die they roll, including crisis cards. And at the cleanup phase, you remove all Power of Grayskull tokens, and anyone who still had one gets to remove 1 damage.
Yeah, so kind of similar to like Killmonger or Star-Lord.
Yeah, the concept was based off of Star-Lord. So John Wick decided just to step right up. Looks like he is now making it difficult for that origin bomb to be controlled.
Yeah, he just cruised right on over there.
So now back to the Masters of the Universe. Seems like he's eyeing that middle one. He just can't decide who to go with.
Yeah, that did put John Wick, potentially in range of Orko or He-Man. It looks like here.
Yeah, I would be surprised if John Wick ends up unattacked.
Yeah. All right. Looks like
he's going
Hero's
with,
Shade is going.
yeah, the Hero's Shade. Ocarina of Time is not one that I played much of, so I can't say I really have any idea who this guy is, but he doesn't look friendly.
It's been a long time for me, I'll say.
Yeah. Like the original Nintendo Legend of Zeldas, I beat all those to death, but at that generation of games, I was a Genesis kid, not an N64 kid.
Yeah, I think I played the NES and SNES versions more than. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
So Hero Shade's moved up to the middle to get the Spire's Virus. Oh, now he's possibly changing his mind or learning how to use the movement tool.
Yeah, there is a curve to that for sure. Looks like they might be going for a more conservative move.
That is an interesting
I wonder if
choice.
he realized. I wonder if he realized that there's 2 tokens there.
Oh.
I suppose he wouldn't have power to interact either way, so
yeah, but I mean, he
playing
been...
it safe with the spider infected, I suppose, is a fair move. But probably not what I would have done.
Yeah, I mean, generally you don't play conservative with your 5 threat. You put him out there.
Right. Yeah, for a 5 threat, I'm not super familiar with this one. I mean, neither of us made him. It looks like he's 424 defense, 7 health, size 2, 5 threat. Has a range 3, 6 die builder. Has a superpower that can make the spender an area. That's interesting. Has a pounce.
He got pretty lucky as a choice, says it doesn't look like there's any energy attacks going on here, and that's his weakness. Loki, by the way, did move forward. Looks like he is I actually forgot that there was 2 tokens there when I made that comment about putting him down the middle. But yeah, Loki can go ahead and get both these points here with a good roll. Or do you even need a roll if there's no people? Okay, yeah, he doesn't even need to roll. He just gets to put his token on it.
Yeah, putting Loki in dead center there actually made a lot of sense because it did. Like, he could have got any of those 3 spider viruses.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went center. He flipped the. Flipped the pay to flip and picked up the center spider infected.
Now, it's worth noting, if I had thought of it, I would have mentioned to get them to specifically use the correct tokens. But we do have tokens as well as dice trays for the majority of affiliations. The Mighty Nine are being used over here in replacement of them, but I'm pretty sure there is a Suicide Squad token in there.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that too, but hey, that's fine. I think Mighty Nine is just the oh yeah, they're both just using whatever the
Yeah.
default is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mix the default up whenever I update the mod. Usually put it over to something new. But let's see, back to the action here. The easy choice
Yeah,
has been
still.
made for the most part. Now it's about getting some damage in for this side.
Yeah, all but one of the spider infected have been picked up. We'll probably see Orko try to flip the origin bomb on his side of the map. But right now we got He-Man going up to the middle, and it looks like he's just a double move.
Yeah, it looks like a double move. Is he going to try to flip the point? This is an energy defense roll.
And
he's good at energy
so he
defense.
gets 4 dice for that. Needs to get 2 successes because Loki's there.
Let's see what the dice say. That looks like 3 successes. Or 4 successes.
Yep.
Oh, no, 3 successes. I was looking at the wrong one. That's more than enough.
Yep, so He-Man successfully captured the center. What are these? Origin bombs? Yeah, origin bombs.
So perhaps the wall will end up going up there and trying to grab that. Or she'll just take a step forward and do some pistol shooting.
Suicide Squad sent up their tougher guys first, which makes sense, and now they have a lot of guns on the back line, so
yeah.
We'll probably see some attacks get thrown in. The wall might go up and try to take back that point by Loki, but
I'm assuming she's got, what, 3 physical defense? Yeah. So, I mean, not the greatest odds, but...
Not really. She can shunt attacks onto nearby allies for 1 power. But if she's trying to flip the origin bomb, then she wouldn't have the power to do that. So she could move up, like, next to... Looks like she might end up next to John Wick. And then still have a power to potentially bodyguard herself onto him, essentially.
Or she can do a couple of pistol shots from where she's at, I'm pretty sure. But it looks like the move tool is getting pulled out.
She does have a range 4, so yeah. Looks like they're considering going for...
Looks like that solar panel's just in a slightly awkward position for her.
Yeah, I think that you can land next to that solar panel and still be, off of the solar panel and still within 1 of that token. Yeah, it does
look like there's enough space there for that. But it looks like the guns are coming out.
Looks like it's going to be into He-Man.
This is the pistol attack. Pretty basic, just, she gets to shoot twice. And with a gainer.
This has an automatic rapid on it, essentially. So this will be 2 attacks into He-Man with 4 dice. And Loki could suffer damage if this like doesn't do damage to use the leadership.
Oh yeah, to get that free point of damage. So it looks like no successes on the attack and 2 successes on the defense. So first shot did not do much.
Yep, no damage. There's a skull on Hellhound's side, but there's no power for. Oh my, would it be?
It does not appear that the leadership was used.
Yep, no leadership, but we are getting the rapid fire attack.
1 success, and it was a critical. That moved into 2 successes. And looks like just 1 success for He-Man. Oh wait, nope. It's 2 successes for He-Man, because He-Man counts it as successes.
The wall also has a strategic genius.
Oh, yeah. But he rolled, it turned into a shield. So she does have enough power to use her focus my target now if she wanted. I don't know if Loki's within range 3.
Within range 3 of He-Man?
Of the wall. Right? And she, another ally. Oh no, it doesn't have to be. For some reason I thought there was a range 3 attached to that, but there's not. It's just she can pay 3 to have another ally taking a 0 cost attack on that same target.
Or they... Wait, what's the thing that you're talking
about? Focus my target on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I chose not to use focus my target and chose not to use the leadership. I wonder if that's just forgot my leadership syndrome. It's a common condition in Custom Crisis Protocol.
Okay, we are having a little bit of an issue where, because Thulindar can hear me, and right now, and Hellhound can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, you turn you and me.
Yeah, I mean, they should feel free to mute you.
Right.
And...
No, that's fair. It's tough for me too. I have a whole nother person in here too.
So it looks like we got Orko and Teela. Keeps looking at the Orko card.
He is a long mover too. That's probably unnecessary.
Yeah, you know, honestly, when I first met him, I thought I'd made him pretty bad. I mean, you know, he's not good at dealing with crises. His basic attack is unreliable, and I thought when it works, it works. Was not going to be as effective. I should lower that a couple of dice down. But yeah, Orko is making some kind of move. Looks like he is getting in range for his unreliable magic at John Wick.
John Wick has some kind of defense tech too, doesn't he? Let's say.
He has reaction tech, and then he's got the Baba Yaga thing. where during the modified dice he can change one of the opponent's dice to a blank for each skull.
Right, so that's offensive tech and a reactive attack.
Yeah.
Got it.
So Orko did roll one skull, so he gets to remove one of the opponent gets to get rid of one of the special rules of the attack. Since he didn't get any triggers, he'll probably take the
Well, the incinerate.
Oh, he did get the incinerate, so yeah, he'll probably take the incinerate away.
He gets to cancel out the incinerate. Yes. Yep, so no damage. He got the incinerate trigger, but the unreliable canceled it out.
But that means he did get to gain power at least.
Yes, he did get his one power. Alright, so now we've got Bullseye or Deadshot on the Suicide Squad team.
Yeah, there's still two different tokens on his side over here to deal with, so I'm guessing they're probably going to get themselves into position for future attacks and go for those points.
Yeah, because even with their range 4 and Deadshot's range 5, I don't think... I guess Deadshot could get a shot into He-Man.
Yeah, I think if Deadshot wanted to line up just right on that token there, he could get that token and a shot. It looks like maybe that is what the plan is.
It looks like Bullseye's coming up first, and he's going right past the Spider Infected and trying to flip the Origin Bomb.
The Origin Bomb roll. Alright, well so far the pay to flips are successfully flipping.
Yeah, we haven't had a failed roll on that yet, right?
Correct.
So that's Bullseye done, and we're back over to Teela.
Looks like that would be their last character.
Also a long move.
Yeah. It looks like
we're getting kind of a cluster on the side.
She's taking the long route to the token for some reason. So with Teela, she has a 4 defense, and she still has a Power of Grayskull token, so has the ability to re-roll this if she wanted. Oh, to 3 is energy, so it's 3. Never mind. But she gets the 2. Still. Pay the flips or flipping.
Yeah. And she has like a passive reroll bubble buff that she's now giving to Roboto.
Yep.
And then it's back over to Deadshot.
Yep. We're guessing this is a plan to attack He-Man.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. Oh, yeah. You're saying that he might be able to actually get the Spire Virus and get an attack.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Possible. Range 5.
5 is really far.
Yeah. So it looks like all the points that can be scored will be scored this round. Oh, looks like
Wow.
he's got some options even.
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. So we're probably going to see some damage here. Um,
All right, so it looks like Deadshot using his wrist magnums.
yep, going into He-Man.
Possible double shot, possible bleed. Looks like he got the double shot and the bleed. We have 2 successes so far on the offense side and 2 on the defense side.
Yep, so the classic I never miss play is going to happen where he gains the power from the attack,
And then
gets damage anyway, and got the rapid.
now these are 2 of our more competitive players. People who like to find the things that are unbalanced and use them.
Oh wow! So yeah. Speaking of which, Loki is using the leadership right now to take a damage to do an additional damage to
Oh,
He-Man.
yeah, that's that chip damage we were talking about. And now,
Yeah. So no damage went through from the attack, but 2 damage was dealt, and now the rapid
wow, and there's no limit to how often he
and a
gets to do that.
bleed.
I don't know, whoever designed that card, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I think he is one that I definitely need to take a look at. Honestly, he could maybe even be a 4 threat.
Yeah, I can see that, actually. So it looks like 1 success versus 1 success, but he can do the 2 chippies if he wants.
Yep.
It's looking like he's just chosen to do 1 point of chip damage, though. Wait, no.
He's using the leadership again,
Oh, he
and
is
I
using the
never miss
leadership.
again. So that is a total of 4 damage from that one builder, including the rapid and everything.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, like, basically he gained no power from it because he was, like, spending it, and he did take 2 damage on Loki also.
That is
So
true. That is true.
it was not without cost, but it's a very heavy attrition play for sure
Yeah.
to just force through that much this early on.
Yeah, it feels like you really got to make a push against Bullseye and Deadshot over here. They're just going to make a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it's just a very consistent damage output that's just gonna chip away at you.
So I believe that will be the end of the round. And it looks like four points for Suicide Squad and 3 points for the Masters of the Universe.
Wait, isn't it 4 to 4? It's 4 to 4, right?
Oh, you're right. It is 4 to 4. You're right. My mistake. And now we have spider infected shenanigans during the power phase.
We didn't really go over tactics cards either.
You're right, we didn't. Let's take a look at their tactic cards real quick here. You have Go Out with a Bang. When an allied suicide character would be dazed by an enemy effect, you can spend 3 to play this card and perform an attack before gaining the Daze token. Good old Brace and Patch Up. Deadshot's got himself Called Shot, which I'm just going to put up and let you guys read because there's a lot of text there. And then also
that one is probably too good too, honestly.
Yeah.
It would probably be fine if it cost more power, maybe. I don't know.
So it looks like they're going to do their spider rolls. Memory serves me. This is a physical. Oh no, you just roll 1 die.
Okay, so
Someone.
Oh, so they're rolling for the
Spider.
Spider infected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Roboto did get moved by his spider infected. Now for the next spider infected, that would be the Hero Shade. Looks like Hero Shade will not be moved.
Rolling for Loki now. Loki. It's good.
Oh, but the next guy's getting moved.
John Wick is getting moved.
Looks like he's going to get sent to the middle.
He has to be fully on the train. Perfect.
And then looks like Deadshot.
Deadshot is getting advanced.
That's probably good for the Masters of the Universe. Huh. I think I would have moved him forward, probably.
Yeah, I probably would have reeled him. So, just...
It looks like that
because
is
he
all
has
the
so much
spiders.
range.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you could maybe take out the leadership even.
True. So priority should still be on the Masters of the Universe side.
Yep, we're on a 5v5 match here. And while they're deciding what to do, we'll take a quick look at what they've got going on over here. They've got Grievous Wounds, Recalibration Matrix, Joint Effort, and Heavy Firepower. as cards that you're all familiar with. And then the custom card is Colorful Allies, Masters of the Universe. 2 allied characters within 2 of each other may pay 2 during the power phase to play this card. Until the end of the round, the characters that play this card may reroll up to 2 attack or defense die if they're within 2 of each other. So it looks like He-Man.
Yep. He-Man is activating first.
He's going to be doing By the Power of Grayskull, and Area 2, Strength 8 attack. It does not hurt allied characters. There's a chance of splash damage.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to cover Loki and John Wick.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and it looks like Hero Shade will take... Oh, it doesn't hurt allies.
Yeah, Hero Shade
That's
will
right.
gain a power, though.
Oh, okay.
The power of Grayskull.
Right. That's pretty cool, actually. A little support spender there. So yeah, let's look at He-Man real quick. So he's got this area 2, 8 dice energy. After each attack, then this attack action is resolved. Roll 1 die. If the result is a wild or a crit, other enemy characters within 2 of the target character suffer 1 damage. So that can add up to quite a bit if you...
Yeah. If you're getting a big attack, get a bunch of people in an area. So the defense has whiffed on this first attack. Looks like this is going in on John Wick. Oh.
Man is rerolling his blanks. Yep, that is a thing he can do.
He got 5 blanks. So with the 2 skulls, if this is against John Wick, it looks like that'll only be 1 success.
Wait, Baba Yaga. Oh, that does work on defense.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's a good question here. We have, oh my, what a pity. Right. Oh, because you can't change his skulls. I see. Got it. So yeah, the skull is counting kind of for double here, because Baba Yaga gets to blanket, and then we're getting the what a pity also.
And now this is in on Loki. A lot of blanks.
Take a look at this dude. Wow, rerolling is fun. Wait, what was that?
I'm not actually sure what that one was.
Oh, he just grabbed them manually. 7 successes into 2. Oh, that's right. Loki counts skulls.
Skulls.
So
the enemy's skulls.
Right, he counts the enemy skulls. So Loki actually has 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to see how this like why these guys were put together, right?
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. I mean, Tholander's definitely done a good job at synergies.
Yeah, he is good at that. Sure. Heck. So yeah, that was one action on He-Man, and he's doing. When I have the power to add a die, power sword.
All right. So 7 dice. Oh, this looks like some spiking.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Was that into Loki
And
or
he
John Wick?
can. That was into Loki. I think he can re-roll a blank too, but I'm not even sure if he needs to. He-Man didn't roll any skulls this time.
Yeah, so it looks like pretty much all the damage is getting through, as far as I
Yeah,
can
I think
tell.
that might be Loki.
Yeah, there's Loki being dazed.
It's 3 damage into Loki, and he drops the spider infected.
Which one assumes He-Man's just gonna scoop right up.
Yeah, I would assume that he would just pick it up. Although,
Maybe not. He seems to be doing something else here. Maybe he's just concerned that He-Man's so destined to go down.
yeah, he's just taking the bleed damage and leaving it on the ground.
Alright, well, let's see how Suicide Squad responds to missing Loki.
Yeah, that's it's kind of rough losing that activation on Loki, but I mean, He-Man is, 1 damage from going down and is bleeding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, attrition-wise, it's basically a trade there, I think.
Yeah, honestly, if it was me, I'd probably leave He-Man be since he's already gone and try to take away his activation next turn. Looks like the wall is eyeing that spider infected.
Yep. So, yeah, again, she can do the reverse bodyguard thing, so it looks like Loki is not really able to help her in that regard, but John Wick is there, so.
Yeah, John Wick's a pretty good choice for it because he's got a reactive attack afterwards.
Yeah. So, yeah, she is picking up the spider infected.
That was a single move, so she still has an action. So looks like the eyeing Roboto back here.
Yeah, I mean, from where she's at, she can basically hit anybody but Orko, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, she can work out. Never mind. So yeah, looks like she's going into Roboto.
Roboto, defensive-wise, he has damage reduction to a minimum of 1, and people do not get to explode crits.
Yeah, so probably not going to do a lot of damage, but this does have the auto rapid on it, so
And it blocked
again
2
the
crits
chip damage
right
potential.
Yeah.
And let's see, there is John Wick right there, is in range to do the leadership for the if the attack doesn't do damage.
So it looks like no successes on defense and 2 on offense. That'll get reduced down to 1. And now the second shot.
Yeah.
A lot of skulls.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that matters on
Yeah.
Waller, though, and with Loki down, but on everybody else does it.
Looks like 2 defenses, 2 on both the attack and the defense. So no damage.
Yeah. But John Wick is going to use the leadership, so that damage is going to get through.
So 1 damage there. She could focus my target to get another attack on him.
Yep, that is an option also.
Or she can just hoard her power to allow her to ship off her attacks onto Johnny. Someone's deciding something. And with that, well, they're looking at Waller's card.
She has things she can do with power.
Yeah.
I
mean, she can blow up
I guess
allies.
It's mostly reactive, but
But she does have the ability to move someone right now if she wanted.
yeah. Looks like she's gonna do the focus on the target.
Okay, is she having John Wick attack Roboto?
Yep, John Wick is going into Roboto.
Alright. Well,
He's using Gun Fu on Roboto.
And he's chosen to go Gun Fu. That gives him the possibility of 2 attacks and gives him some move.
Yeah, probably get himself back on the origin bomb. Or try to.
But he
It's
did
like
not get
no damage.
no damage and no
and
trigger.
no rapid. So just the place.
Place and a power.
Wow, Waller is using the leadership now.
Oh,
To get that
so
one
Waller
damage.
does a little bit of chip damage.
Yeah.
She
Maybe
made power
eliminating
for
that for once per turn would be good.
Yeah, especially with the rapid fire option.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine a fully powered Nightcrawler, with all the amount of attacks he could get, and then just getting an automatic damage no matter what. So getting right up on Tila, that means if he uses his Heckler and Coke attack, that he gets to reroll any number of dice. Because he's within one.
Yeah, but it's not his turn.
Yeah. But he's lined up to do some damage.
Yes, certainly. That was a lot on Waller's turn.
Yeah.
She's done.
Waller's turn is done.
Looks like Roboto's going before he gets knocked down.
Alright, Roboto's a pretty... He's got a variety of attacks, none of them particularly strong.
He's doing the laser gun hand into Walter to get the incinerate on, I guess.
That makes sense. Then go for another attack.
Oh, so she is doing the reverse bodyguard, so this will be into John Wick instead.
So it's looking like no successes on the defense and 2 on the offense.
Yeah, I think 2 damage is getting through to John Wick.
Now his reactive only works if they did not deal damage.
Yeah, now John Wick is incinerated.
Yeah, and pretty hurt. So now...
I know it's tricky now because it's like he was trying to take out Waller, and now it might be worth it to take out John Wick. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, with the incinerate over there and the 3 damage, and with Wick having not gone yet.
So
Did you choose to do another laser?
I don't know which type of attack is it?
It's a 4-die attack. But the extending claw hand is also a 4-die attack. Yeah, it does look like he chose to do another laser. Was that onto Waller or was that onto John?
It was into John, but yeah, I'm not positive for a second. Two more damage is getting through.
Oof. And now he's doubly incinerated.
Yeah.
That ends Robato's turn. I'm guessing we're going to see John Wick now.
I would assume so, yeah.
He's packed full of power. These are the moments that editing is for.
Yeah. Alright, we got a HMK.
Is this going into Tila?
And a Tila, yep.
Alright.
Ooh, not a great start, but he gets some rerolls on this.
Looking like 2 and 2.
2 and 2, no damage.
The skulls were on the wrong
Yeah.
side for John Wick.
Yeah. Not a great roll for John. Reroll. Damn.
So for his second attack, or his second action, looks like he is choosing
He's doing the
to use his
charge.
charge.
Interesting. Yeah, like
Everything's just a little in his way.
yeah, he's in a tough position because either way he's getting. He's probably gonna go down. He's got his fire infected, so.
Yeah.
So he's going into He-Man
Alright.
with Gun Fu, I believe.
Oh, he is just not getting the rolls this time. One success.
Wow. Dice roller's broken.
And though it looks like plenty of successes.
Wow, yeah. John Wick. Yeah, we are using the leadership,
damage for the
or
leadership.
the 1 damage, yeah. That means Waller's taking the damage.
I think she chose to spend a power instead, or did she?
And I think she took a damage.
Oh, yep, she did take a damage.
She didn't have the power. When I made that, one of the things I was kind of asking myself was like, would it be viable to have like a leadership or a strategy where you're basically like hurting yourself to do damage to your opponent?
Yeah.
At like a 1-to-1, right?
And in a lot of ways, I mean, it does make sense for Deadshot. I mean, it is a good leadership concept for him. But
yeah, it probably just needs some adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the once per turn is a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Might need more nerfs than that, but I mean, the rest of his card definitely does. Okay, so this is because days so because he dazed He-Man, he's got to do a frenzy.
Yeah, that is an interesting interpretation. I actually disagree with that. I don't think he should.
Yeah, hold on, Anthony. Hold up. So, if the attack action. Yeah, I'm not sure you get to do the unstoppable.
Yeah, because the leadership killed him.
Because it's right, it's the leadership is what kills. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was a little behind. I don't think that counts for the unstoppable. So roll back the unstoppable, please. Nice try, Anthony.
If anyone's going to try to slide one in, it's going to be Thulindar.
No, yeah, I missed that at first. My bad. Yeah, it's not the attack. Please.
An easy mistake to make.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, did you? Or you mean like because you were kind of counting on?
So that does end John Wick's turn. Not a very successful turn for Baba Yaga.
Yeah, unfortunate that in addition to those terrible dice rolls, we had kind of ruled against him on
Yeah, it's all around a bad John Wick situation there.
Yeah, it's like eight dice, E dice sometimes. And yeah, a lot of custom. Well, the custom rules are just a little ambiguous here and there. We do the best we can, and we go back and edit. I think when people catch things, we're not perfect.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of quantity, so I have a tendency to do these 30 or 40 at a time. So I don't necessarily look at the cards all that closely when I'm putting them in.
Yeah, and I try to go through and check people's work when I can, but yeah, there's been a lot.
So there is an attack going on.
This is a Waller.
And who is attacking Waller?
Is that Tila attacking?
Yeah, it looks like it is a Tila attack. And it looks like Amanda
Alright,
just
so
got
Waller.
dazed.
Yeah. Looks like Suicide Squad is getting kind of diced right now.
I know, living up to their name. And Tila still has an action. Interesting to choose to not pick up the spider.
It does seem like attrition may be the name of the game here.
That's true. So it looks like Tila is eyeing her beam. A strength 6. She gets 2 wilds. She gets X. First roll is a lot of blanks. Looks like it ends up being 3 successes on the offense to 2 to the defense. Which also dazes John Wick now. So maybe she was just hoping this was the spider she wanted.
Yeah.
She does pick up that spider.
So that leaves us with 3 dazed characters on the Suicide Squad side. And we've got He-Man, the leader, dazed on the Masters of the Universe side.
Overall, it's been a damaging round for both sides, though. Suicide Squad's looking a little dicey here.
Yeah, they took some pretty hard hits there with the Incinerate and some bad dice rolls. But they're going to be relatively powered up going into the next round.
Yeah. Looks like Deadshot will have to move to do anything of interest.
Yeah, the push away did have some impact on him over there, despite his long range. And while he has a hit and run, he a charge. So maybe the push away was better than reeling him in.
Yeah, I mean, with how this turn played out, I think it was a good call.
Seems that way. Yeah, so right now, even if he does move in to try to get an attack, because He-Man is dazed. Let's see. Checking ranges there, so.
Looks like he does have a shot at the shade.
Yep. Shots of shade or the shade. Like, that's it, yeah.
That's it. And so the shade gets to re-roll 2 defense dice, including skulls.
That's pretty good.
And has him react attack, but it has to be within 3. And I do not believe he is within 3.
No way. And has a Grayskull token, so it can reroll.
Oh, yep. But it looks like he has decided just to move on to the objective and see if he can flip it, since He-Man is dazed.
Yeah. Have we seen a He-Man, a Grayskull token been used at all yet?
Not that I know of. I believe he did at least heal damage with it last round at the end of the phase, but I'm not sure. Doesn't look like he's used any this round.
I don't know. So Deadshot just moved up and tried to flip the Origin Bomb, and I think failed?
You got all blanks. And so now Orko is moving. Orko's going to go ahead and grab this spider infected.
Yeah, the dice definitely do not seem to be on Suicide Squad's side today.
Yeah, let's see if the Circle of Life comes around for him on these next rounds. So it looks like Orko is attacking Deadshot.
Yeah. So potentially a parting shot here after this.
Does pick it up. Master of the Universe are definitely have the edge on Spider infected.
So yes, here he picked up the spider infected first, and now there's the attack into Deadshot. So Deadshot has 2.
3 successes. Oh, looks like he's got a reroll coming in from Tila. Oh, and he did just use the Grayskull token. So 4 successes. And he got a Hex trigger and an Incinerate trigger, but he did get a Skull, so he gets to get rid of one of those. No one likes to be hexed, so. I mean, no one likes to be incinerated either, but Hex is one of the worst ones. And he went for the Incinerate. And Deadshot did do his parting shot. Did a damage to Orko and is now moving back. You still with me, Clockwork? Clockwork seems to have stepped away for a moment. So that ends Orko's turn. So all that's left on Suicide Squad's side is Bullseye. I think Bullseye wants to see if he can try to flip this point to get the points to be a little bit more even. See how the roll goes. Oh, first he's going to go ahead and attack. He's got quite a few targets to choose from. Just about everyone, it looks like.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. Had a little technical issue there.
So Bullseye is shooting, it looks like, Roboto.
Yes, it looks that way.
So far it's 3 successes on the attacker's side. 1 success on the defender's side. With the damage reduction, that means 1 damage got through.
And he is bleeding.
And he is bleeding.
I don't know what he's bleeding,
yeah.
but he is.
He should probably have immunity to bleed. Alright, so he's attempting to flip the point. And this time he does succeed. So that'll help balance out points a little bit at the end of the round.
Good old Bullseye. What a champ.
I know, just stepped right into the middle of everything. Thought he was just gonna like hang out on the sides and shoot people. Nope, he's right in the middle.
He's trying to win the game. Alright, so we've still...
So it's just Hero Shade left.
Hero Shade, yeah.
This will be the first time you really see him do much.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a pounce, although he can't use it from where he's at. He doesn't have enough power, I guess, yet either.
Looks like
does have a range 3 attack, so looks like he's considering just hitting Bullseye from where he's at. Makes sense.
And the Helm Splitter allows him to move, and then maybe he could do a pounce.
Ah, true. Yeah, if he gets a wild, he can place it in one.
So this is going in on Bullseye. Bullseye does pretty well.
So I get two. I got two crits on the opposition.
So 4 successes on the attacker to 2 on the defender, and he did get his wild trigger.
Yep, they get the place. And I believe this does bleed if it does damage or something.
Yes,
also.
it does bleed if it does damage. Looks like he's doing parting shot.
So the after attack is resolved stuff. The place within one. Yes. Yeah, because the places before damage is dealt, that'll happen before the parting shot.
Clockwork just jumped in for a little rules clarification about timing. Now Bullseye is going to attempt to run away. I think I would have placed Hero Shade, or at least could have gotten a shot at rolling for the middle point.
I mean, we could still see a pounce here, I suppose.
That's true.
But yeah, probably should have got within one of that Origin Bomb, ideally.
But he could use Move Tech now, but
Yeah, I think that may have been a misplay. So, score-wise, it's looking like Masters of the Universe are gonna get 5-3 currently.
yeah, it'll be the first
So,
change in score where we have a leader.
still not a huge gap, though. Unless.
So it looks like Hero Shade is doing the ending blow.
Yep, doing the Spender into Deadshot. Trying to get that. And Deadshot is incinerated.
Another character causing Hex. Was a card played?
I think it was considered, and then it kind of like popped out of.
Did the card disappear?
Was that Patch Up? What was that? Oh, it was Grievous Wounds. Yeah, it's fine as long as we know that. Yeah, that works. There we go.
All
So
right.
yeah, Helm Splitter into Deadshot. Like 1 on defense.
Only 2 so far on offense. Ended up with 3.
And the crit converts into a 3rd.
But he does get his trigger, so he'll be bleeding and hexed, and there's an automatic throw that happens right now.
Oh.
Oh, I guess he...
So there's a reroll here. That might be the Gray Skull.
Yeah, it looks like it was the Gray Skull, but it did
Yeah.
not convert. So Deadshot takes 2 damage, is hexed and bleeding to go with his Incinerate.
And then it's going to get thrown into the Blackbird, I suppose, because it's a throw away.
Yeah, not a lot of options with that little bit of the Blackbird engine sticking out there.
It's a short, right?
The throw? Believe so, yeah.
You mean for the towards and away? No.
Yep,
You
they
get
had it
it
right
till
the
you
first
get it.
time.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so he's getting thrown into there, and that's 1 more damage into Deadshot.
Putting Deadshot pretty close. 1 away. But there is a patch up online.
And he's bleeding and incinerated.
But he's also right up against Masters of the Universe's 5 threat.
Yeah, so Deadshot's gonna parting shot.
See, what's
So
he gonna do with his move?
more and more chip damage. I'm not even sure you can do that. Actually, hold up, Anthony. I don't think you can do that because that's a size 4, right? And it's an advanced.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an
but it's
advance.
not a right. But
Not
you
a
don't have
climb.
light or wall crawler. Yeah, you can't climb. Yeah, yeah. If it's an advance, you can't. If you're making if it says a move action, so like a charge, you can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's like a option when you're making a move action. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think you can do that either. Hold up, go back. So now you do want to use the towards and away thing, right? Because parting shot is away. So 6 on the yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I don't think you can go at that angle. So I don't think you get to actually move at all. Alright, so now I think we've seen the pounce. Yeah. Ironically, the parting shot gave him just enough power to do that. Oh, and then we're having a brace happen.
Oh, he did use a brace.
Oh, wait. Oh, he's not actually pouncing into
He's
Deadshot.
using the pounce
Interesting.
as a move.
Interesting. Wait, what'd you say the plan was?
Looks like he's using it as just a move. Here, he's gonna run into He-Man.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. You can do that. But you don't have power to flip it. Not now, really, because the tool is gone. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. It's like, yes, you can. I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah.
So it looks like that's gonna be the end of the round.
Yeah, I believe that is ground, yes.
Alright.
So,
So looks like
it'll
5
be
points to 3,
5-3, yeah.
making the score 7-9.
Yep, still anyone's game.
Yeah, this will be a big turn here.
Yes, this next round will determine a lot. And we've got 3 characters on the Suicide Squad side that are flipping over to the injured side.
Looks like they forgot to put the days counter on He-Man.
Oh yeah, we flip He-Man.
Roboto heals with his Grayskull token before they reassign more Grayskulls.
Yeah, I think they have to like roll for their everything. That's fine. Effectively. So we're doing Deadshot.
Does not
Deadshot's
move.
good.
That was the only one on their side.
Roboto gets moved. We've got quite the big cluster in the middle here. I'm kind of surprised that even with these, even the long range gun guys are right up in there.
Yeah. So far, no one else has had to move because of spiders. This is the last roll.
Yep, they've been making all their rolls.
Oh, one more person is getting moved. Is this the Hero Shade? Looks like
Yeah,
it, yeah.
Hero Shade gets advanced.
Priority is on Suicide Squad's side.
Yes.
right now, He-Man is in an excellent position to use his Power of Grayskull attack.
Yeah, he really kind of is. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options here because everybody is within range of everybody else, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So what does Suicide Squad open with? Deadshot because of his damage, or is he just going to go ahead and patch Deadshot up?
We're measuring from Loki right now. Does Loki have an area? It does, doesn't it? He's got the area 3.
Oh, wow. And he gets to move everyone around. I mean, that could be a pretty good counter to this He-Man problem.
Yeah, that could be pretty impactful here with everybody so bunched up right now. So yeah, he's doing it. He's doing the area.
So this is going to catch...
Starting with Tila, which makes sense because she has a reroll bubble, so...
Oh, and Allied Cut Gorillas do not take damage from this, so...
Yeah. And, so if it deals damage, it can advance the target character short, and that is, like, in between each attack, so... If he can get the damage in on this one, then it will make the other attacks better, because it will get her out of range for support. So 1 damage is getting through, so he will get to advance her.
Get her out of the bubble of everyone else.
And off the point. Pretty good play. And then we get to continue.
Looks like
Hero's Shade is next.
Or it's Hero's Shade.
No, Hero's Shade. Yeah. Orko might actually not be in range of this. I'm not positive. Orko is not within range. Yeah.
Oh, so far no successes on the defense.
I think they get a reroll.
Still no successes, so it looks like 3 damage goes through.
Oh, it's 4 going through because of the skull on
that's right.
Yeah. Oh, and oh my, what a pity for an additional damage to Daze.
Oh, so Hero Shade gets Daze. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that is pretty big. And taking a the spider infected and still has more attacks to make on the same action.
Man. That's what happens when you bring a god to a knife fight.
Yeah, so Roboto's next.
Alright, Roboto. Oh, big whiff on Loki. He's hoping for skulls to be rolled on the other side at this point.
Yeah, Roboto's looking good so far.
Looks like Roboto is secure.
Yep. 1-1. Yep, no damage. Into He-Man next. So He-Man only gets 3 dice on this, right? Because he's,
Yeah, Mystic.
Mystic. But he gets to count hits. Counting hits on defense is pretty strong.
I mean, it's actually
It's like
the
2
same,
to
it's
2.
the same as counting blanks, mathematically, right?
I mean, counting blanks is really strong too.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I just made it hits instead of blanks to mix it up, you know?
No, for sure. Yeah.
So I think that's the end of the first action for him. He picked up the
Yeah,
spider.
that was one attack basically. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, looks like Suicide Squad is still in this.
So it looks like he's eyeing up a Mischiefs and Magic for his second action.
Yep. Into He-Man. Gonna try and get rid of that leadership.
Pretty solid attack roll.
Yeah, looking good for Loki so far here.
Turns all of his crits.
Oh, and a skull on the defense.
He-Man got nothing but the skull. Is that a KO'd He-Man?
Wow, I think that might be. That's 7? Wow.
Wow. Like, I think this is when you pull out that recalibration matrix you got over there, buddy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because even if he rerolls one die and gets and converts, then Loki can pay to for the oh my what a pity.
I mean,
Yeah, so He-Man is just KO'd. It looks
well, no, he's
like.
got the recalibration matrix online.
Oh, that's. Wait. No, that's on the other side. He doesn't. Oh wait, he does have
He-Man's got
recalibration.
recal.
Yeah, he's gonna use the recal.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean this is the kind of role that card is there for. That is correct. Yeah, you keep your skulls. So. Okay, so it's 1 to 3 now.
I think it's supposed to be 4 because he rolled a
Oh right,
skull when he shouldn't
yeah.
have.
Right, correct. So it is 4 to 1. Yeah, so 3 damage getting through instead of 7. Definitely
That's a lot
worth
better.
it. But we are getting the oh my what a pity damage.
And then what is this they're measuring?
That's a good question. I'm not sure what he's doing. Or maybe considering a bamboozle? Oh, go forth.
Ah, okay.
Forgot he could do that. Yeah, so he's moving the wall into a position where she can reverse bodyguard off of, like, 3 other guys, which makes sense.
Interesting.
Oh, she's patching up Deadshot. I see.
Ah.
Some clever out of activation movement stuff to get some patching up going on.
Now,
That's Loki's activation.
I would guess we're gonna see He-Man.
Probably, yeah. I mean that, or somebody else who's gonna be like patching him up or something, or yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he could go with Roboto, use that for the patch up. But yeah, I think he's all
right.
about the power of
So
Grayskull
that.
right now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which will also give Roboto a bit more power to patch him up.
And does He-Man have move tech at all?
Recall. No.
Yeah. Alright, so if he does want to set up like an ideal power of Grayskull, he's probably going to have to take an action to move.
Yeah. He's getting, what, 3 of them right now.
Oh, I guess that might be the best he could get anyway.
Yeah.
So, yep, he's doing it.
Who's the first target?
Wait, does it not? Oh, but you gain power from it, at least. I guess that's something. I see. Going into Bullseye first. It's crazy that this attack could kill He-Man through all the reactive shenanigans and stuff that's on the field right here. So
Pretty big first roll here.
yeah, it was Oh, that's Bullseye's roll?
That was
Bullseye.
Bullseye's defense roll. So Bullseye gets dazed.
Yeah. Nobody's got a skull. See, yeah. Freaking Loki, man. He's gonna get him for one. That is crazy. Alright, going into Loki next.
See if Loki can fare better. I would. Oh, he gets to reroll his blanks.
Right.
Loki looks like he's gonna be fine.
Ah, Loki just tanks it. Now into Waller. She could use a reverse bodyguard here.
That would allow another parting shot into He-Man if Deadshot survived it.
So this is going into Loki again. She's
Oh, dumped it onto Loki. Interesting.
yeah.
Pretty good attack roll here. Looking like 3 to 5. 2 damage getting through.
And no skulls rolled.
He-Man just used all of his power.
For the sword.
Oh, he's doing I have the power into Power Sword. This is into?
I'm not sure. He's reconsidering, I think. Wait, how much power did you spend for?
Let's see.
Okay, yeah, fair
6.
enough. Yeah, so this is gonna be Power Sword into Waller, and she cannot shunt it off to anybody else. She's gotta deal with it herself.
Looks like 1 success so far, but he gets to re-roll the blanks. Sorry, 1 success on defense, 3 on offense so far. So 4 into 1. So Waller takes 3 damage. Is
Yeah,
Loki,
Waller's
is
taking
Loki gonna
3, but
ping He-Man for one?
I don't see why he wouldn't. Yeah, he certainly is, yeah.
Yep.
I think that's it for He-Man's turn.
He could still do a patch-up move. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. He already did patch up. Never mind.
Yeah. You know, they don't have patch up on that side.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think heavy firepower is gonna get played this game. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
it's not looking like it right now.
All right, so that's He-Man's turn done.
Yep, I think we got John Wick next.
John Wick's eyeing Roboto.
Yep. Pretty juicy target sitting there. Yep, he's gonna gun fu into Roboto.
Roboto seems to have reflected it pretty well, though.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, with the crits.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you even do that? And poor John Wick hasn't done crap this game.
Yeah, but he does get to continue his gun fu action here. And he has a good chance of taking out He-Man, which would then trigger his unstoppable to get another attack. Oh wait, no, he didn't get the wild for the gun fu quick action.
He's going to the He-Man now.
Makes sense.
Honestly, I'm not sure it does. Like, I probably would ignore He-Man at this point.
Well, I think it only makes sense because John Wick has a reactive when he dazes or KOs someone.
Oh, the
Another attack.
frenzy, right? Yes, that does make sense.
So it does look like he successfully knocked out He-Man.
Yeah.
And if this is gun fu, he actually gets to do another
So,
gun fu attack first.
right. Right, so he has to do the Gun Fu into Roboto, and then he gets to do the Unstoppable.
Yeah. So it looks like 1 damage is going to get through on Roboto. And if John Wick can get into range of another person, he can do another Gun Fu attack. As long as he has him in attack, this attack action.
Wait, doesn't that skull matter? Or am I?
Oh yeah,
Were
the
you guys
skull.
counting that?
Oh, it doesn't actually matter. No, because of the
Oh, the
damage
damage
reduction.
reduction. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I guess there's a possibility for a another Oh My What a Pity, possibly.
Oh yeah.
Which would daze Roboto, I think.
Oh yeah, Roboto rolled a skull.
Yeah.
So he did get his trigger for another Gun Fu, but I guess Roboto dropped that. Looks like he did do the 1 point of damage using Loki.
I do think it's funny that with our broken custom characters, it's frickin' Loki that's taken over the game.
Yeah. So now he's gonna Gun Fu into Orko.
Yeah, John Wick is finally doing what he was born to do.
Yeah.
He's been having rough rolls all game, but now is his time to shine.
Looks like Orko did okay. And this is his final Gun Fu. He's managed to get a wild trigger on
Orko's
every
down.
attack. Oh, Orko did go down. Okay.
Yeah. So wait, can he unstoppable again?
No. It's attack action if the attack action dazed at least one. So it doesn't matter how many. Since this is all one attack
Right.
action.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, it's the perfect action for John Wick. He got his wild trigger on every single attack.
Yeah, he got to punch everybody.
Looks like 1 damage got through that time. He ended up John Wicking himself away from the spider infected.
Y'all shouldn't have killed his dog.
Yeah. Who knew the Masters of the Universe were a bunch of puppy killers?
Yeah, now he's spending more power.
Spending 3 power. I think he's doing his frenzy.
He's doing the charger hit and run thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Frenzy unstoppable? Wait, what? What do you mean? Okay. Right, so this is still that first unstoppable. It's still the one unstoppable, right? Yeah, okay.
So he's unstoppabling into
Yeah, he's doing an H and K into Tila, I think.
Tila. So
Yeah.
reroll because he's within one.
Yeah, he's
But he doesn't
he's
really
just
need
taking
that.
them all down.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
Murder hobo.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a huge swing back in the Suicide Squad's favor this round.
Yeah.
Massive. And yeah, John
Still
Wick
has
is
an action.
now. No, does he?
Yeah. That was the frenzy attack.
You can interact with each objective token once per turn.
And he flips.
Yeah, and then he gets to just go with Waller and Deadshot with no contest. Don't forget your daze tokens there, Hellhound.
That is one of the craziest turns I've seen in a while.
Yeah, so if he manages to get every single token. Wait, does Orko have one? He's not supposed to, right?
Yeah, it looks like Orko needs to drop his token. Looks like they're doing that right now.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I mean, he can almost certainly score every single point this turn.
Pay the power cost for what? He only used it once. Yeah. Yeah. The rest was all gun fu, yeah. Great, you might be right, I don't know.
Yeah, this game might become out of reach for the Masters of the Universe here.
I agree. I'm with you, honestly. Alright, so Deadshot's moving up, and hold up, you can't hold more than one, right?
Oh yeah, he actually can only get 7
Yeah, so he
points.
can't win this round. Possibly. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't concede if you don't want to. Is it actually possible? I mean, I think so. Because you're at the start of next round, you still have all your guys except for He-Man. They're just going to be injured
With a ton of power.
with a ton of power. Waller can pick that up, so he's getting 7, so that puts him at 14. And you're at 9. So yeah, you would kind of have to like clean up and scoop up the points. I guess. Well, no, because if yeah, because you're only gonna need 2 points, so you have to like keep him from scoring at least 2 points.
Yeah, he would have to get all of the spider infected, and he could leave one of the, that far point to him, and then he would win.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like logistically what that would look like. So like who would I start with if it was me?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, Loki unfortunately doesn't have any power. Yeah, it's definitely a tough position.
Right. I mean, you could go for Loki first.
Hope.
I mean, it seems like a pretty good option, I suppose. I mean, shit, John Wick still has a ton of power. I might just try to take him out.
Yeah.
Who doesn't do that again? Yep, so 14-9. Lindar has 4 of the 5 spider infected and all 3 of the origin bombs. Hellhound has priority.
Yeah, the problem he'll have is, 1 or 2 spider infected guys just running away.
Right. Or, I mean, it all comes down to dice, right? With the pay to flips.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah, this is not
yeah.
really the situation you want to face pay to flips. You want to be confident.
No. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we
I
go
guess,
in.
I guess the spider infected could rearrange the board a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be enough though. It's like if they still had He-Man and could just like advance everybody in there and nuke them, that'd be cool. But,
Yeah.
oh, does Hero Shade have an area?
Nope.
Yeah, he does. Spin Strike.
Oh, that's right. He can like turn it in. Oh, that's right. He can turn his Helm Splitter attack into an area effect.
Which is really strong because then it has a throw. Like it's a throw, or no, it's a helm. It has to be Helm Splitter. I see. I was like, wait, you could do that on the spender? No, only the builder. But an area 3 builder is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Even if you're paying 3 for it. Uh, oh, and that gives them like a interesting amount of movement. I guess it's not like the movement isn't too crazy, I guess, because you're just placing within one of the targets, and being able to do that multiple times isn't really any better in this case.
Yeah, but it does seem like Hero Shade needs to have a good turn here.
Yeah, I mean, that getting the most out of that area attack is going to be a big deciding factor here, I think. So he's pouncing.
That gives him 3 targets.
Yep, doing the area. It's like everybody but John Wick is in range. Roboto takes one from getting caught in the blast. Going into Bullseye first. Oh, he's got a phone call.
So Bullseye. There seems to be some discussion going on.
He's got a phone call from his mom or something. You're all good.
Bullseye got a perfect defense roll, pretty much. Four defense on 3 dice.
Wow. Yeah, can't really ask for better than that.
But still, 6. The attacker rolls 6, so. Two damage goes through to Bullseye.
Bullseye's parting shot.
Who's next on the list?
Deadshot next.
Deadshot.
He's incinerated and Hex.
Not a fun combo.
Yeah.
It's looking like only one goes through.
Yep. Deadshot takes one. And he's gonna parting shot. Oh. And a skull. Man, the reactive chip damage is crazy.
Yeah.
A Waller last. She's dumping it onto Loki.
Wow, totally whiffed attack. And then there's another attack into
A
Loki,
whiffed
right?
attack and another skull for Oh My What a Pity.
Yeah.
And yeah, going into Loki again.
So it looks like 2 successes for the defense, 3 for the hero, and the hero managed to avoid rolling a skull.
Yep, you got bleed and a damage through onto Loki.
A Loki takedown would really help.
Yeah, I think he's going for the spender now.
Yeah, he's got just enough for the spender. And then
He
a
already
point
paid
to
for it.
try to split. Oh, he already paid for it. And then he can try to flip the token.
Yep, so he's going into Waller, but Waller's gonna...
Send it to Loki.
Yep. Oh, maybe not. He's being indecisive about it. I can't blame him, really, because it is fairly likely to take out either one of them.
Yeah.
So he is not going to shunt it into Loki, it is going into the wall. See if the wall can live up to her name.
So far, I would say she does in fact live up to the name.
Damn. She did in fact live up to her name. Look at that. There's only like one other guy contesting, right? So you need two? I mean, it's not great odds, but
No, he actually only needs one. It's healthy characters.
oh, healthy characters, right? So actually, Loki doesn't even count. All right, so he did flip the objective. Um, but that is the end of his activation, and it's back to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I think the hero shade needed to do a bit better than that.
Yeah, I mean it was a good effort. Man, can he only do that area thing once per turn?
Yeah.
I mean that would probably be busted if he couldn't, I suppose. But yeah, I mean they used what he had in his kit and just didn't quite get there. Um, I yeah. I have to go let my cat out because
Oh, no problem.
he's swaying at me, but I'll be back.
So it feels like mathematically, if he manages to daze just one person on Masters of the Universe, this is over.
Pretty much. Because they have to score like a certain amount of points or take a certain amount of points away, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure if they could do that. It was last turn, I believe.
So, looks like there is an attack. I think it might have been. I'm not sure who this is actually. 4 die. Thinking it might have been a Roboto laser. So John Wick is doing a run and gun move here. Looks like he's going to go for Orko as his target. John Wick. Looks like 2 damage is going to go through on John Wick. I mean, on Orko. Like I said, if he finishes Orko off, I'm not really sure Masters of the Universe can come back. Oh, that was the end of John Wick's turn. Now Orko is just going to do his best. He's fully powered, so I'm suspecting we're going to see when it works, it works.
Yeah, we got a big old double explosion on those crits from Orko.
Yeah.
Oh, recalibration matrix is getting played against Orko.
That makes some sense. Still a pretty good roll. Oh, but this is against John Wick, so those 2 skulls are counting against him.
Right.
So it looks like 2 damage gets through now.
Yeah. Wow, that was another good recal play this game.
Yeah, I mean it's the unrestricted card that should probably be restricted at this point.
Yeah, I play it basically all the time.
Yeah.
It's like brace patch up that and whatever else.
Oh, but again, the skulls.
No damage. Yeah, and then that'll probably seal the game right here because he's getting a reactive attack because no damage was dealt.
Oh.
Yep, Orko
That is
reactively KO'd, and I think that's probably game.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Wick had a huge turn.
Yeah, that John Wick turn was insane.
That was crazy. I mean, Loki did a lot of work too.
Yeah, I mean the Loki's skull chip damage was nuts.
Yeah, and at this point, I think the game is over because yeah, there's just not enough actions left.
Yeah. I mean, there's a world where Roboto manages to somehow daze the wall and Loki.
He can't do both because he has to move too, I think.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yes,
Have they called it?
some interesting, yeah, I think, yeah, they called it.
Okay. I'm gonna do the jump in thing and talk to him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not a custom character, but damn, he was the pretty good centerpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys hear me?
Auto knocking out here. Shit.
So just say what.
Yeah,
he might have you muted. Skull, can you unmute us, please?
Yeah, sure. So I muted you because I couldn't hear the through, but I'll mute you. Sorry,
right.
Don't
you
worry about it.
Us.
There you go.
So, congratulations, the Suicide Squad. That John Wick turn was something else, man.
That was something.
It's just like every single roll, he got his wild to just continue doing stuff.
Yeah, that's holy shit. That was impressive.
Yeah. So overall, how do you guys feel you did? What would you have done different, Skull?
If I'm being honest, I did make some minor misplays of movement. If I'm being honest, I didn't think John Wick was a huge threat because he wasn't really doing much at the start. But shit, just that one turn, I was like, I thought I was in the bag when I knocked out Waller, Loki and Wick White there, but just oof.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
you had a pretty good turn too, but yeah, that crackback was brutal.
I do think the dice turned against me there in the later game, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
they did. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was literally like, John Wick in the movie,
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That's what it felt like, and I was like, well, shit, never mind.
I mean, it is John Wick, yeah. So.
All right,
yeah.
now the big question for each of you. We'll start with Dolendar. What was the most unbalanced thing in this game?
That's hard to really say. I think it might be. I don't know. Like, Baba Yaga is relatively strong, but it's no stronger than Loki Prince of Flies. This is Mischief, this is Mayhem. Like, it might actually just be weaker than Loki's, which makes sense for being one threat lower. I think the wild, quick action not having a limit is probably what made John Wick do as much as he did. And that largely comes down to the plot, especially since he can't do it against someone who was targeted with the same attack action. So it's usually got a limited use when they're not clustered or when he doesn't happen to roll wilds.
Yeah, it was just.
I think part of it too is the place within one.
Yeah,
makes it a lot easier.
Within one. I was about to say that.
Place within one does help a lot.
That dramatically increases your chances of getting a chain reaction like you did.
Yeah.
I feel like probably one of the big things would be the leadership for the Suicide Squad that I built it around. Being able to reliably, basically, I never miss, or assisted I never miss, on every single character that stacks with I never miss was really big.
Yeah, I think, the team you built here, shows that leadership needs to be fixed. You built, a really good team to show that, that's broken.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm going to
did a wonderful job using that leadership. Turn. You chip damage two of my best tanks.
Yeah, one of the keys with this, I actually built this team after Cuttlefish used Deadshot's leadership against me, and he didn't use the leadership a whole lot. But
because I kept doing damage.
I need to get the point across that's a lot stronger than it came across as.
Yeah.
And so I built an entire roster where every mission, every character had some form of chip damage, non-attack, unavoidable damage to stack all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It really does counter a lot of area attack fighters, which is something I use, which was massive. Was actually a really good display on here to give on 3's part.
Yeah. So what did you find most unbalanced?
Well, obviously Orko's fucking nuke ability.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. That's probably that's always been broken. Unfortunately, I believe I've been playing this team for so long, everyone else has figured ways to counter me, so bravo to you bastards. Bravo. But aside from that,
Orko can just get killed, I noticed.
Orko can get killed. That's a very valid point. He is not at all a defensive character. He is a very much glass cannon.
Yeah.
Throw should be power 2. That's just a given to be there. I don't know, unreliable magic, from what I've learned, is it only really works if you get really lucky. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's not...
Yeah, I think you got
when it works.
You handed out 2 or 3 conditions with it, I think, total throughout the whole game, which honestly isn't too bad.
This isn't too bad.
Unreliable magic, I'm happy with where it's at, but when it works, it works. I need to definitely edit. I think I'm just gonna make it 3 dice, because then, then it can occasionally blow up big, but normally you're gonna end up with 6 dice in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Will say I was surprised that Orko didn't do any throwing. Because Orko has a 1-cost throw, size 2, and there were 3 size 2 things within range where Orko was for most of the game.
I just couldn't find a good opportunity to fucking use it, if I'm being real.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun for us to watch. Thanks for participating in my my announcing concept.
Yeah.
And thank you, Clockwork Cuttlefish, for joining me on this one.
Happy to be here.
Go ahead.
I want to say there's for every other character, I think Waller's okay. Hero Shade's okay. He's a pretty big. He's just what he is, an undead tank.
Mm-hmm.
Roboto, I think he's pretty good. Tila's not bad. I do have to mention Tila's marching orders is not once per turn. You may want to look at that.
Yeah, that should be changed.
Everything else is
probably be at least once per character per turn or something.
Yeah.
Aside from that, from Thru's side of the board, Bullseye didn't really do much, if I'm being honest. Deadshot, he was okay. Waller did her job as support. Fucking John Wick. Christ's sakes. Being allowed to do 5 attacks in 1 turn is pretty insane.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to call that luck or call that mechanical bullshit. That's on you guys.
I think it's a little from column A, a little from column
B. Mm-hmm.
I mean, getting a wild 5 times in a row.
Because looking at it statistically, it's not super big on the numbers game, but when you get lucky, it has a really high top end.
I would argue that alone won you the game. Was knocking out every one of my remaining tokens. Not to mention Loki one-shotting.
I would probably agree. John Wick, that 1 round on John Wick was probably the one thing that won me the game.
Yeah. Not to mention Loki one-shotting Hero Shade, but that's really just dice luck.
Yeah.
Not much I can say against that. But
I will say I was disappointed that I didn't get to nanobomb detonator anyone. I was looking at it. When Hero's Shade was rolling his attack against Bullseye, he was within 2 of Bullseye. I could have used it.
Yeah.
But I would have
go out with the bang.
I would have been giving up the 1 power for expendable allies. Go out with a bang would be dazed. I was reading that as KO'd. My bad. I really should have go out with a bang at some point. Yeah.
It is supposed to be KO'd, and I'm gonna change it, but it currently, as it's written, is dazed. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really great game.
I had a couple of chances to use that one.
And with this, I am going to go ahead and sign off of the actual recording.
Oh yeah. Who's going to do the battle report? Drew, you want